Hello, so previously I went through a comprehensive example of change tracking, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about each one of these change tracking functions. So the first one I'm going to go through is the change tracking current version. So if I run this from my previous example, you'll notice this is version 15. And what that means is if I run here, you'll notice that the most current version of the last transaction that was run caused the change tracking version number to be 15. So that's something I want to record. So the next time I come around, I would actually pass that in to my function, into my change table function. So this works in conjunction with this function here, which is the query that you see me running. So definitely keep a record of that change tracking version number, because that is basically the spot that you last left off at. So the next function is the min valid version function. So if I run each one of these, the min valid version number is 1, and what that tells me is that I could go back to the version as far back as 1. And the reason why that's important is there is a auto cleanup function, or if you manually cleaned up the change tracking tables, you want to make sure that the version that you want to track is still valid. So that's what this min valid version is for. So the next functions, and it looks like I've covered this one here. Let me cover the change table version. So this is the change table version, and what I have here is I'm passing in the table and the column here and basically the primary key, and I want to see what version number that primary key for that row is, and here it returns back that it's 15. So that's what that particular function does. The other two here is the with context, and if you remember correctly, the with context is actually more than a function. It's sort of like it's extra functionality actually. So if I go to my fourth example here, you'll notice I prefix my operation here, my update operation here, with this context, and what that does is it puts this value, which is a var binary, as a sort of like a tracking, whatever I want to track for those particular changes I could put in there. So in this case I want to say it's the server that changed the functionality. So once I execute this statement, it actually puts this context, which is the variable that I created here, with whatever custom information that I have. So let me demonstrate that by actually running this again here. So you'll notice right here I have the context populated with whatever specific information that I put in there. And if I actually converted this back to a string, as I do here, you will see. So if I convert this back into string, you could see that's the information that I put in here. And really it's whatever specific information you particularly want to put in for that set of operations. So that's what this statement here is for. And the last one is change tracking is column in mask. So for example here, in my first set of changes, I actually have some columns that I changed. So here it tells me whether that column was changed or not. So this is the statement that I'm using, or the function that I'm using. Change tracking is in column, and I want to say I want to track whether I changed the description column, and and I pass in the sysChange columns from the function. And you'll notice it comes back with a 1 or 0, whether that column was changed or not for that particular operation. And that's really it. That's the 6 functions that you use, and definitely take this example that I have that I'm going to put in the description section of the video and try each one of these out yourself. And I hope this clarifies some questions that you might have had, and if you have any other questions that you think you need help on or that I can answer, definitely put that in the comment section or email me at codecowboy.org@gmail.com. And thank you for watching.